Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, I like to show you an issue with the iPhone that it says, as you can see here, it says charge instead of charging. So as you can see here, it's indicating that it's 3% charge and it's saying 1 hour to 80%. Now the problem with this is that whenever the iPhone is behaving or any iPhone is behaving like this, is that it's not actually charging. Now Apple claims that that's normal, that it should say charge, showing the amount of charge that it currently has, and then and as long as you're seeing a lightning icon beside the battery, it means it's charging. Well, that is not the case. As you can see here, I do have the lightning icon. It says 3 lightning icon, and I've had this plugged in for the last probably 20-25 minutes, and I have, instead of gaining battery, I have actually lost a percentage. So it was at 4, it has decreased to 3, indicating that it's not charging. All right, so this tutorial will show you what you can do if your device is behaving like this, where it says 3% or whatever charge. You leave it plugged in and it's simply not progressing in charge. All right, so I'm actually hooked up to the charger, and I'm going to show you what you can do. All right, so first of all, make sure that you're using an official Apple charger, including the brick that's included with your charger. All right, so make sure both are original if possible, that is, and make sure it's an original OEM. So in other words, if you can borrow another charger, that should help in some cases. All right, so let's say that's not the case and your charger normally works, and in that case you just simply want it to start charging again. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So first of all, I'm going to plug this back in. All right, so we're getting the same error where it says charged. All right, so it indicates charge and the percentage. All right, so I'm going to unplug it right here. All right, doesn't really matter what style of charger or charger you have, the principle still applies. We have 3% battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to unlock and power this device off. All right, so we're going to power off this device. So we're going to go ahead and power down. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to slide to power off. All right, so the device is powered off. What you're going to do here, we have 2 methods of doing this. I'm going to try right now. I'm going to set the charger right here, and do not place it all the way in. Doesn't matter which charger you have, even if it's USB Type-C, older and newer phones. I'm only demonstrating on this phone. All right, so it applies to all phones. Doesn't matter what type of charger you have. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to power on. Do not place this all the way in. We're going to press. All right, let me try to get this right. Best to use one hand like this. You're going to press the power button. And as soon as you see that first logo, you're going to, Apple logo, you're going to plug it all the way in. So as soon as you see that first Apple logo, go ahead and plug the charger all the way in. All right. So the idea here is to get the device connected while it's booting up and all the systems are not booted. All right. Especially if it doesn't want to charge. In this case, if we had left it, it would have simply keep on saying that it's charged, and it would not actually charge. All right, so we're gonna give this, it's still saying charge, so we're gonna give this just a few minutes. If it gains a charge, it would mean that it's working. If it doesn't gain a charge, it means it did not work, including 1% or higher in a short while. All right, so in this case, it did not gain a charge. In fact, it's saying low battery. So I'm going to close, and it's just saying 3% still. So again, we're going to power off. This time we're going to do something different. So we're going to go ahead and power off again. Notice we're down to 2%, so that means it's not charging. I'm going to remove the charger. I'm going to power off. All right, so it's now powered off. And while it's powered off, make sure it's powered off. We can press the buttons. You see that's powered off. You can go ahead and while it's off, you can try charging. And this works best if you simply do not, make sure you didn't trigger the power charging. In case it started up by itself, you'll have to power off again and simply plug it in while it's completely dead, or while it's completely off. Alright, so if you did that perfectly while it was completely dead, meaning that it was totally off, it should start charging again. Sometimes it takes more than one try. First, make sure that you try the Apple logo trick by plugging it in at least twice. So you see just now, I plugged it in at the Apple logo again. Wasn't my intention, but it gets the point across that it's now at 3%. So it's actually charging, alright? So the other method I can show you in a while, it's actually charging. We can actually put this into a rest mode. All right, 3% charged. All right. And it's saying it will be charged in 1 hour and 1 hour to 80%. All right, I'll give it a minute, then I'll show you that it's charging, and then I'll show you the other method. All right, guys, so I know it's charging now because as you can see there, it's now saying 4%, so it's actually progressing versus simply staying at a charge. So it's now charging fully and everything is working. All right, so the trick is to plug it in as soon as you see that first Apple logo. All right, if that didn't work for you, mine is working now. I'll show you the other method. Go ahead and turn off your device. All right, so this one is totally powered off. I know because there's nothing on the display and I have shut it down. So another thing is while it's off, try charging while it's actually off. Do not power up like the method that works just now. Simply plug in the power cable. The Apple logo will be triggered. I didn't do anything. And simply allow it to come up by itself. Do not mess around with anything. Simply just plug it in from a power down state. All right, so as you can see here, it's back down to 3% now. And let's see what it's saying in terms of charge. It says 3% charge. Let's give it another minute to see if it's actually charging from this state. In the meanwhile, other things that will work as well, if you have a MacBook with a Type-C connection as seen here, and your device is actually a Type-C, or you have a USB-N, if you have a device such as a MacBook, you can go ahead and connect your phone to the MacBook. So in other words, instead of plug it into your adapter, charge from the MacBook itself. It will be able to power it. Also, you can also try your MacBook's adapter. In some cases, the MacBook adapter might be able to charge your device as well. It's not really for it, but it's worth a try. So go ahead and try that as well. So try your MacBook adapter. It might be able to adjust itself to accommodate your phone and give you the power that's needed. Or as I said, go ahead and use the USB Type-C ports. There's two here. Simply connect them, remove the adapter and place it to your phone, and it should charge the phone. So that's a better result than using the built-in adapter if your adapter is not being accepted. All right, so let's see if it says charge, and there you go, it's still charging. So you notice now it's at 5%. So it is charging again. So it says 5% charge. So all you gotta do is hook it up to turn off the device, try to charge, or turn off the device, boot up, and as soon as you see that Apple logo, you plug it in, and that should get around most charging problems. Or use your laptop or your MacBook's adapter. All right, so this problem is solved. This phone is actually charging now. So for whatever reason, it's now at 6%, so it's charging very fast. So it's now fixed. You can place your feedback in the comments, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.